her gentility and her generosity, her beauty and her solemnity, her words uttered under her breath, her visage hiding those affable touches of perfection, as if the whole world is she. That illuminative power of her strong forbearance that sparkles the world. Yes, she is the woman, an empowered woman, empowering her daughter in all perfection.
A very warm welcome. Hi, I'm Rashi Badalia, Kumar, citizen journalist from India, and I wish all the wonderful women across the globe a very happy International Women's Day. Well, the theme of this International Women's Day, March 8, 2022, is gender equality for a sustainable tomorrow. Yes, of course, we dream of a gender-equal world. We dream of a world where there are no biases, discrimination, and stereotypes. We dream of a world which is diverse, equitable, and inclusive. And of course, we dream of a world where every difference is respected, valued, and celebrated. #Break the bias. Face to face with Rashi, it is celebrating a unique theme, and that is empowered mothers empowering their daughters. And in this context, we've tried to catch up with some lovely women who make wonderful mothers. They're from different nationalities, and we'll be talking to them about the kind of challenges they face when they support their daughters in emerging as confident personalities, as a strong women, and the way they would be handling their world as they grow up as confident women and help in establishing and building up families and communities, breaking the biases through their financial liberty, understanding, respect towards the other gender, and with reflection, compassion, and empathy, establishing a world where there is peace, harmony, and no biases. Let's connect with these lovely women who make wonderful mothers.
She is charismatic. She is charming. Music is her soul. Her conviction is unparalleled. She is a woman who believes in thinking objectively like a man. An empowered woman, Mrs. Catherine L.
Hello Rashi, thank you for that question. I'm Mrs. Catherine L. I'm a music composer and a single mom with a daughter who wants to become a movie maker. I'm based currently at Lille in France and from Paris originally. I want to tell you how I became an empowered woman. Since I was a little girl, I've always been a huge fan of Western movies where lonely cowboys had to manage by themselves always. So it showed me that if you want to become an empowered woman, you have to think and act like a man. Be a woman, but behave like a man. My daughter and I have been left alone when she was 4, so we had to manage by ourselves very soon. Just trust yourself, you can do it. It doesn't prevent me from being a real feminine woman, that is to say, to be kind to people and to love other people like myself. Never forget, you can do it. Just trust yourself and you'll become an empowered woman to show the way to your daughters. Bye-bye.
Nothing is impossible for her. She's so full of dreams. Her gratitude and self-belief are her tallest strengths. She's kind, generous, and giving. She believes in the magic of love and care. An empowered woman, Mrs. Nicola M.
Hello, My name is Nicola M. 𝙀𝙢𝙥𝙤𝙢𝙚. I'm a mother of twins and I live in the town of Bournemouth, which is in the county of Dorset on the south coast of England. And my message today is to really embrace the fact that we are enough. As mothers, as women in this day and age, we must know that with self-confidence, with gratitude, self-belief, we can do anything. My daughter is coming up 16 and I'm always empowering her by letting her know how much I love her, how important she is, but that it's important to be kind, be generous, be giving, be loving, to listen, and that actually you don't have to be the most beautiful, you don't have to be the smartest, the cleverest. You just have to know that you are enough, and that by even the smallest little gesture, a smile, a hug, a phone call, that you can make a difference, a huge difference to somebody that just might need that little extra, gift of love, of friendship. And that knowledge, obviously, is so important. But be true to yourself. Love yourself. And that self-belief will shine out, and that will make a big difference in your world.
She believes in collaborative parenting. She never gives up. Her courage is in her sublime thoughts. Her magnanimity is her power. She's soft, kind, loving and strong. An empowered woman, Mrs. Beverly Jane Lawson.
Hello, I'm Bev Lawson. I'm a mother, grandmother, foster carer and social worker. I live in the south coast in the UK and it's really nice to be talking to you today. I just want to say that girls, the world is your oyster. You can do anything you want. Never give up. Keep trying, because the higher you aim, the harder it is, and you will sometimes fail. But failure is a way to find out, maybe to change direction or maybe to do some things a bit differently. And to the mums out there, I'd just like to say, don't be hard on yourself. It's difficult, especially if you've never been a mum to teens, and that it's important to support them and to be there when things go awry and things go wrong and things get hard. Good luck.
Compassion is her strength. Her mother is her inspiration. Her daughters are her resilience. She empowers her daughters. She's the sunshine to her shades of different. An empowered woman, Mrs. Erica Petrie.
Thank you, Rashi, for that question, and it's a privilege to be here today on the 8th of March for Women's Day. Empowering women, empowering daughters. What a fantastic question. Well, first of all, my name is Erica Petrie and I'm originally Italian, although I live in the UK in East Dorset. And the first thing I would like to say is I would like to say thank you to my mum, because she has been a driving and empowering force in my life. She has empowered me to be a better person by teaching me the values of love, patience, and most of all, respect. with her nurturing qualities and her warm personality. She has inspired me to be the best person that I can be. And I very much hope that also in my job as an English teacher that I'm able to transmit these qualities and the importance of doing your best and being the best person you can be to my students as well. I have two daughters. My eldest is Julia and she's nearly 16, and my youngest is Michaela and she's nearly 14. I have to say that Julia has learned very early on, and hopefully from me as well in my role as a parent, the qualities of love, patience, respect, but most of all the importance of inclusion, because her sister Michaela has Down syndrome and global developmental delay, and so from very early on Julia has been almost like a second mum to her. So she has learned these values of inclusion, and she's talked to her friends about the importance of including others, and she's always been very perceptive when she's had friends who are differently able in some way and so forth. And I hope that I've also transmitted this to her in some way. And then my youngest, Michaela, she inspires me every day to be a better person because she's so resilient. And although she's non-verbal, she's just a bundle of joy. She has an incredible ability to live in the moment, to smile in the face of adversity, and to really be tough in whatever circumstance. And so she's really taught me so much, and she teaches me so much every day. You know, I learn a lot from my children, and I'm empowered by my children as well. It's not just about me empowering them. It's a two-way street, and we very much empower and learn from each other, just like I empower and also learn from my students. So that's been very important. Michaela has been the driving force behind my campaign, Shades of Different, which is now becoming a charitable organisation to try and make a difference to the lives of these differently able children. And so I want to say to all the women out there, be strong, go out there, believe, and you can do it, because there are no limits. We women, we can do anything that we set our minds to. And I hope that Shades of Different will set the example for many generations to come. Thank you, and believe. Happy Women's Day.
She is decisive. She's humble and bold. She believes in a change that takes mankind beyond biases. She empowers individuality and believes in an equal world for both women and men. An empowered woman, Mrs. Swati Singh.
Warm greetings to everyone. My name is Swati. I'm a teacher by profession. I teach English to senior students in school. And at home, I am a mother of two beautiful kids. One is a teenager girl. So yes, this topic of women empowerment is very close to my heart, because I call myself an empowered woman. I've been raised by one. And at the times when the society was undergoing a lot of transition in the terms of bias towards the girls and evolving in that way, I was treated in a very different manner. I was raised to believe that I am capable of doing anything. And the same things I want to imbibe in my daughter, the same values I want to give to my daughter, that she doesn't need to give up on her dreams. She needs to follow her heart, whatever she does. And she often comes up with the questions where she sees a lot of injustice happening around, especially when it comes to sports. So she often asks me that why are the boys given a lot of opportunities and not the girls? And why do the teachers tell us that you do not have so much of physical strength like a boy does? So she often comes up with these type of questions, a lot of questions in fact. But I always tell her that empowerment comes in the mind. It's all about the attitude, it's all about your behavior, it's all about the way you see things by a different perspective. The decision that you have to take, your originality that you maintain, your outlook that you widen, the areas that you cover, your horizons should be so broad that these small things do not touch you. So when we talk about empowerment, we only talk about, women and men getting equal rights and opportunities, but at the same time, we also need to understand still the women do not have the decision-making power in the households. They still do not take a leading seat when it comes to the household. So that is something that we need to touch upon. For me, empowerment is all about, touching your individuality, freedom to make your own decisions, freedom of expression. And when you are no longer looking at somebody and expecting them to show you the path, or expecting them to guide you, or to take you in the middle of the crisis to an end. Why can't a woman do it herself on her own? So yes, I do face that these type of questions from my daughter, but somehow, and she's an intelligent girl, so she often comes up with a lot of scenarios where she has a lot of things going on in her mind, but at the end, what she believes in is herself. And raising an independent daughter with such an independent mind is actually a blessing, because she looks around the world from a different perspective. She has a different lens when she looks at the world. And we often fail to understand that these children, they are the youth of our country, they are the youth of the world in fact, and they will definitely reach a point where actually these biases do not exist anymore. A situation or a peak point where the women start respecting men and the men start respecting women. I think it's all about give and take. We always say that we should teach our daughters this, we should teach our daughters that, but why don't we for a change teach our sons to respect women? I think if we teach that to our sons, to the men of our society, the idea of women empowerment automatically falls into place. So that is what I totally feel, and I hope and I wish that one fine day we won't be talking about women empowerment like nobody talks about men empowerment, because that's something that is already taken for granted. So I hope that we reach a time in life where we do not have to actually raise this question, because then everybody will be considered equal when it comes to the occupation, when it comes to the salaries paid, when it comes to the treatment received at home, when it comes to the decisions taken by the women. I think everything will fall into place automatically. So that is my opinion, and so happy Women's Day to all of you, and thank you Rashi for asking such a wonderful question, and I had a wonderful time expressing what I feel. Thank you, and happy Women's Day to you all.
Well, thank you so much, all you wonderful women, lovely ladies, for sharing your invaluable viewpoint with us. One more time, wish you and all the lovely women across the world a very happy International Women's Day. Women, you are the power. Women, you have the power to reflect and empathize. And women, with your compassion, you have the strength to establish a world where there is peace, harmony, and no biases. Hashtag break the bias, be strong, be kind, be compassionate. One more time, happy International Women's Day. Thank you so much for joining.